the girls worked really hard this summer, and so right now I'm just kind of excited to start refining things this early and build out wrinkles and things later. But we're way ahead of where we usually are at this time. So there's more excitement about that than the new floor, the new branding, or that stuff. It's more the familiar things that we're more excited about. Is that we got some good players and some kids that have developed over the spring and have continued to develop over the summer. And we've got a lot of competition in school.
A lot of past couple of years, you guys have been so young. You feel like now you guys are kind of
we're not young. Yeah, we're not young. It's, young teams are fun to coach. I enjoyed coaching the team, but they're not fun to compete with. So I'm hoping this team, it's a little bit older, that we're going to be fun to compete with. There'll still be young kids on the floor, freshmen and sophomore. Well, I'm sure we'll be playing at some time. We have some depth, but it won't be that we're all freshmen and sophomores, which is going to be really nice.
How much of a change here as a coach, having a lot of players on this team that played in the NCAA tournament? They've been there most of the school time. What's good for you?
But, I mean, there's some things you can count on, and we know what we're going to get out of some of the players. 2 years ago, we didn't know we were going to get out of some, or a lot of them, and so now we have an idea of what they can bring, and they've added things to their games, and they've worked hard at it. So I think more confidence, more understanding of what the game's about, less doubt about, or not doubt, but questions about how kids are going to perform with the lights on. We've seen the lights on.
I think 7 out of the top 16 teams in the country are Big Ten teams this year.
Yeah.
Initial preseason poll. What can you say about that?
That's normal, and this is how it is. It's the league. I think last year, at one point, we have 9 in there one time. So it's the league. It's what it is, and it's not a surprise. I'm somewhat surprised that one of the other teams didn't get it. It's a great conference, and it's going to be a great competition.
It's kind of flipping where you have maybe one of the more experienced teams in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
A lot of them, I can say it's going to have at least. But still, I guess we're number one still this season.
Yeah, until someone knocks them off, they're going to be number one. I think you'll probably see the same thing in our conference. They'll be ranked number one. Yeah, it's nice not to be one of the youngest teams. All these kids have been through it and been through the battles. I'm curious to see what we get out of it. I'm optimistic. I like the way we're practicing, I like the way we're playing. Like we talked about, just because we have a better understanding. And it's nice to be able to know what we're going to have.
I feel like this team might be one of the best defensively. You had what makes you come to that?
Well, one of the things is we're running a 6-2 and there's a better block up there. Allie Stark, who didn't block for us all year, but he's one of our better right side blockers. So you got her and McMahon on the right side attack, on the right side versus the left side attack. That presents a challenge just physically. We're just big and physical. Our first line of defense is really good. And so in our backcourt, it's going to be much improved. Justin's much better. Nathaniel Davis out there is much better. Whoever, like if she's playing Libero outside of the young guy, the little guys, the wee ones we have, Connor and Brandy Donnelly, they both play great defense. And so I just feel like we're having one of the better, obviously one of the more physical teams, but that should translate to be one of our better defensive teams.
2-6-2, almost half of it.
She made it. Her and McKenna and Palmer they made it. We had to look at it really hard and basically commit to it because of what they did through the spring and much better than we got. And so yeah, it was a no-brainer.
It takes you on some setters that are multi-discipline. You can do things besides setting, and it's also finding the right setting gaps for you that kind of fit that line.
Yeah, for sure. I think. Again, they're all the two of them they're smaller but they're different. I think we have 3 different centers. I think they all have bought into the idea. The most important thing is they bought into the idea of running the 6-2 and looking out for each other and helping each other. It's probably the most important thing in it. So yeah, I think they're locked in.
Sorry, I'm old. I can't hear.
Yeah.
Who would the 2 setters likely be then?
Not sure right now. Still in competition. Oh yeah, Lex, Allie Stark, not Allie Stark, Allison Palmer, and McKenna Kelsey.
Does a preseason ranking carry any extra pressure for you guys? Are you used to it by now after being highly ranked in the past?
I mean, because we're picked to be 5th in the Big Ten.
Well, number 11 in the country.
No, it doesn't. We don't put much stock in that.
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
No.
But it's no, I don't think it's meaningless to us. I don't know with the girl. We didn't even talk about it as a team because it just doesn't matter that much.
with the new floor here, I saw the press release that is it easier? Is that noticeably easier on your players than having like a basketball court?
I am not jumping and landing on it. So the girls I've asked have said and it's supposed to be. It's they've all said that it's easier on their knees. Like Josh said, I'm like, how's the floor? She said, my knees don't hurt. Oh, okay, good, because they've hurt before, and I know if I jump on any surface and land, for the most part, my knees hurt. I'm an old guy. I've had a lot of jumps in my day. I jump on this and it doesn't hurt. So it has more give and all that. It's not as much about what it's made of on the top. It's what's underneath it that makes it a volleyball unique for it. And so everything I've talked with the girls, they really like it.
You only have one starter, so let's try to bring in this year.
I mean, we're in competition. We're only 4 days in right now, so it's hard to say. But I mean, it'll be between Brandy and Julia and Danielle Davis. So they're battling pretty hard for that spot right now. So we'll know, by the season, but it may change throughout the year. We'll keep it an open competition and see kind of how it goes.
To have three that could be the make them push each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we're going to get that in almost every position. Our middles, we have 4 middles that are all. Catherine Polkoff's much improved, and she leads us in hitting efficiency on days. We have lots of kids that are going to be competing for playing time, which is good and bad. It's like in the past we've had teams we could just get this group together and solidify it and say this is what we're going to be, and let's maximize what we can get out of this group. With this now, the kids struggling, we have the ability to pull someone out, which we haven't had in the past. And so, with the challenge, and that's going to be it coming together and us playing as a team, and that's what we're spending a lot of time on is with all these moving parts right now, can we still play as a team?
Very familiar coaching staff.
Yeah, familiar, new still though, 2 new players this year, but with the experience we had, and just having had other people around, it was important to me to have people that understood what it was to be Illinois, part of the Illinois program. And so when Scott mentioned that he was interested, I didn't call him. I called him about another player because I thought he was locked in at Northwestern. His wife had a great job with her. She's a doctor. And so I thought, and he said, yeah, I was really interested. Okay, then this is a no-brainer. Let's see if we can pull this off. But with him and Hillary and Joe, they understand what it's to be about. But it is to be in Illinois. And it's really